Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of the Spiritual Inspired Show. I am your host, Claudiu Murgan. For previous episodes, please visit Auraverse Network, spiritualinspired.ca, or our YouTube channel. My guest today is a returning one, Rachel Corpus. Rachel, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me back. It's so good to see you.
Yes, it's been a while, and you reach out saying that you really have to talk to me. There is a message, important message you want to share with the world, and it cannot wait any longer. And even if you knew about this message a while back, you waited for the right time to share it. So please go ahead. Let's start with the heavy lifting.
Okay, well, I appreciate the platform to be able to share this message. So here's where it comes from. As as you may know, as my colleague and my friend, and some of you listening may know that I am an angel incarnate, and I say that with bravery and vulnerability because it's not something you hear every day. And I know that that's who I am because when I was 4, I had my first near death experience and I went to the other side, and that's what I learned about myself. As part of that experience, as well as other out of body experiences, near death experiences, meditations, etc., all throughout my life, I have been shown the future of this world in pretty succinct, detailed visions throughout my life. These visions, these prophecies, have been told to me, shown to me, um, in a way that the angelic guides have said, hey, listen, we're going to show these to you over and over so you're sure about what you're seeing, but we're going to tell you when it's time to tell the world. And when it's time to tell the world, everybody's going to be ready to hear it. And so here it is. This time in the world, we are all ready to hear it because we have been feeling this spiritual internal itch. And that itch seems to be that we know fundamentally that something is not right. And that something that's not right is that there's more to us. There's more to this earth dimension. And we've always known it. But the thing is, we're ready for more information. We're ready to break the codes. We're ready for more. And that's what this message is. So as I share it, I'm sharing this from the Council of the Galactics, from the angelic councils, from the ultra terrestrials, everybody, including everyone listening, because everyone listening has taken part in these meetings in some way, because we're all multidimensional. Excuse me, my nose itches. So here we go. The systems that we know here on Earth are starting to pull apart. And what we get to understand is that pretty soon, like this summer, 2026, we will have a great disclosure. Let's call it worldwide disclosure that will happen all at once. And let's say, who's going to do it? Well, let's get back to that in a minute. Let's talk about what's going to happen first. All at once, our frequencies, what buzzes inside of us, is going to be raised all at once. And when that happens, our consciousness, we will all of a sudden understand what's been hidden from us. We will remember. And what we're going to remember, our awareness, we're going to know all of a sudden all of these truths. These are the things that I'm telling you, like, we kind of knew that already. And then we're going to be faced with a choice. Are we scared? Do we bury our heads? Or do we walk into it and say, okay, what do we get to create together now? That'll be the key. Some of the things that we will be made aware of suddenly is that the fourth dimension, the spirit dimension, has been with us, on top of us, integrated with us the whole time. How that's going to play out is we will be able to see angels, low dimensional frequencies like demons, spirits walking amongst us. Okay, so like right now in my office, I have my grandmother right here. I have an angel right here. You have beings in your office. I have dead people right here. I have entities. Well, it's not always appropriate for me to see those because I have to do my job or I don't want to see them. But when the frequency is raised, I will be able to see them, not just in my mind's eye or when I'm tuning into that frequency, but all the time. So they will be walking amongst us. It's going to feel like a movie, but it's real. We will also be able to understand and see that those beings that walk amongst us that are, let's say, our teachers, our doctors, our politicians, our bakers, people who know that inside they are angelic or extraterrestrial, reptilian per se, and they have been changing their vibration to look human, they will no longer do that. So where it might have been a plan at one point to gradually ease into those things, it'll be just like that. We will also understand that we are not bound to this place, that this earth is a hologram, and that this is indeed what we've been calling a simulation. What we must understand is that we created this simulation. Consciousness belongs to all of us, and that through our choices, we created this place. We've got to remember that because when all of this is turned up all of a sudden, it may be used to scare us. There is a motive behind it that if our frequency is turned up all of a sudden, it's going to scare us and move us toward wanting us to be shepherded again, comforted, and move us back into moving toward our authority figures that we have always thought we needed, the systems, the government, the churches. However, what they have shown me in my visions throughout my life is that when all of this awakening happens, we're all turned up and we all are aware, we know, we feel, we see. The majority of people will be surprised because we all have egos, like we'll have that holy shit moment. But instead of falling down in fear, we get to remember, oh, yeah, I knew that. And when we have that moment of, what do we do now? We realize, oh, everything we need is not outside. So we don't go into lines for church or this or that, even those things are good. They're tools. What we do is we turn within ourselves and realize, oh, everything we have is within us. The light we need, the love we need is already embedded in us because when they lift our frequency, what the world order, those who are trying to keep us down, what they underestimate is that they're also raising our frequency to remember we are source within. And when they provide us with possibly something projected in the sky, like, okay, here's what you know now. And so here's what, okay, and you're scared, so follow this. Here's the next step, follow this, come back to the flock. There will be enough people that will say, no, that feels old. That feels like the old way. We're not going to do that. We're going to stand firm. I know who I am now. And so that creates more movement into the revolution that we're already doing right now as we speak. The systems are already falling apart. They're pulling apart, and we are building processes as source embodied to recreate the systems right now. So very soon, in the next couple of months, we're going to have this upgrade in frequency that is meant to sabotage us, but it will not. So we have this cracking open of spirituality that's going to change this version of Earth, because there have been many versions of Earth. But instead of breaking us, it opens us up.
So, in other words, those who are already awakened, for them will be confirmation for everything they've been doing and the work they've done on themselves. For the other ones, they might have a little bit of remembrance and they will decide if they shift towards more light or they're going to stay into the low vibration and still waiting for the powers to show them the guidance and the direction. Is it going to be any clash between and anger between these two categories? Because during the COVID era and timeline, those who followed the orders got very mad with those who didn't. And there is no animosity from the other side towards those who are following the government, so let's say, guidelines. So how are we going to interact with each other this time around?
What's different about this time is everyone's frequency will be altered. Everyone's. And what is seen out in the world, reality is changed. So people will see the hologram of reality around them. And though that will be to varying degrees, everyone will be changed. Everyone will see spirit to some degree. Everyone will be able to hear animals communicate to some degree. Now, the scale to that, let's talk about the body's ability to heal. Those who are already doing that work, they'll experience, possibly someone could experience immediate healing. Someone who is still in limiting belief about that, well, they're going to take a while, and that's okay. And so just like in times of COVID, we're still going to have that difference of beliefs. But that's not bad, because we came here on earth to have difference of opinions. What is being reset, my friend, is that this iteration of earth, in its beginning, we built it collectively so we could have a dimension where we came here to experience the play of separateness. So we could be in these different avatars, these different situations, play in that field, so that when we're done with that, we come back together into the collective consciousness. That, and also, while we're separate, we have these episodes, these times of, okay, while we're separate, let's fight, let's experience hunger, let's experience conflict. That's the deal of Earth. But throughout these incarnations, it's gotten too dark. It's been infiltrated. It's been corrupted by other populations. We'll bring in the reptilians. It's been corrupted by too much war, too much hunger. And so part of this will also be a reset, if we want, to the original purpose or mission of Earth, which was to experience the play of separation so source can grow, and also to have a dimension where we could have the texture of darkness so we could appreciate the light, instead of so much darkness that it's hard to interpret the light.
And is this higher vibration coming from the sun or from our extraterrestrial friends, which will send us a beam of light or whatever, and we all get upgraded?
That's a really interesting question. Now, if we look at this technically, the vibration that will be enhanced is actually ours. It comes from the source DNA. That's where it originates. How it is amplified will come from the matrix or the hologram that we live in, and it will be amplified by people in human bodies. It will be amplified by the world order. So they will do something in our grid that will work with our biology, our human biology. It will go into our brains, into our neuroplasticity. They may use nanotech, they'll use biowarfare. So they'll work with our brains, with our body, but what they'll actually heighten is our original vibration. What they're trying to do is create something that's so high it's going to fry us, but it won't, because there's no way that that source energy could ever be so high and bright that it would be too much for us.
And in fact, I wanted to ask you about that because based on my own experience and hearing from others, it took me months, almost the entire year, for my nervous system to adapt to higher levels of energy coming through my body. So if this
Mhm.
type of jolt comes suddenly and people are not, or their nervous system is not adapted, they might get fried.
Yes, I agree. I've been checking on that for the last 6 or 7 years, or so. Um, I'll call it spot checking. Wherever I've been living, whether it's neighborhood or towns, I've been looking at the population with that exact question. Um, and what they have shown me, what the angels have shown me, is that everyone here at this time who's going to be part of this upgrade, which is literally everyone, every blade of grass, every bit of mycelium, every, every, every atom, everything has made a contract, has made an agreement that what they receive will match them, match their frequency, what they have agreed to. So even if we see someone who's in freak out mode, that's just what they're showing. That's their physical body processing. But everyone has worked with their counsel, with their guides to map out what is best for them. So this is all in play.
Interesting. And how will this upgrade going to affect the existing military conflicts? Are they going to dim down? Are the people at the top going to disappear, being taken in a different, reality dimension, whatever, just to, get rid of them and have peace on Earth?